So hello everyone, and welcome to session 5 of the 2019 MAC Swimming Championships here in York, Pennsylvania at the York YMCA. So tonight we will have a bundle of events for you. The women's 400-yard IM, which will be covered to start. By the way, we have Alumni Day. Or Alumni Celebrations, rather, as that's who they're going to honor right now before they go into ceremonies. But let's take a quick look at the fastest qualifiers and get you up to date for what's going on now in these past 2 days. So the women's 400-yard IM fastest qualifier was Maylene Elder, a sophomore of Messiah College, 4:44.85 in the women's 400-yard individual medley. Siwi, the two-time defending champion, the junior king, she had the second fastest time of a 4:45.21. She'll be in lane 5 of heat 2. Following that will be event number 14 and event number 2 of the night in finals, men's 400-yard individual medley. The fastest qualifier is the defending champion, T.J. Dalton, the junior of Arcadia. Then we'll go to event number 15, the women's 100-yard butterfly. There, Jill Bujanowski, the fastest qualifier in that. Two-time defending champion, Casey Cotton, will be in lane 5 for that. They honor alumni here. And here, them going around the mic, and their class is here to represent. A lot of alumni here today. It's a jam-packed crowd.
College, 1978.
I'll tell you today, a lot of alumni coming out in support of the MAC Swimming Championships here in York, Pennsylvania. A lot of great swimmers over the times in the past years, and now here to support their former alma maters here today. I'll tell you again, it's a jam-packed crowd. This crowd even bigger than yesterday. It's a packed house, almost standing room only, in fact. And we'll hold for the national anthem, and then we'll get the rest of the fastest qualifiers and information for you all. So as now we head to the men's 100-yard butterfly results, Bryce Schaefer, last year's defending champion, he leads the way. He'll be in lane 4 of Heat 2. He was the fastest qualifier. Women's 200-yard freestyle, Nancy Ziegler was the fastest qualifier. Megan Hupp, the 2-time 50 free and 2-time 1,650-yard champion, is in lane 7. Yesterday, Ziegler beat Hupp in what was an incredible competition. The men's 200-yard freestyle is next. The fastest is Martin Brodon, the 2017 champion. He came second last year. Then we'll end up heading to the men's 100-yard breaststroke. You'll have Danielle Pong, who is the Heat 3's fastest qualifier. Heat 3, matter of fact, holds spot 4 and 5. Grace Nikolsky, the 2-time defending champion in this event, will be in lane 5. The men's 100-yard breaststroke, Chamberlain, he's looking for his third, the senior. He didn't win last year, but he won in 2016 and 2017. Hammaker, the defending champion in this event, he'll be in lane 3, so they both will be right next to each other. And then the rest, your fastest for the women's 100-yard backstroke, Kobe Steen, 57.62 of Stevenson, the senior. And the men's 100-yard backstroke, Colin Jordan, who is very well known with that fast time. He also set, or just came shy, rather, of a MAC record this morning. By the way, we have 2 MAC championship records set in the preliminaries, so that should be relatively interesting. But Colin Jordan, the favorite to win the men's 100-yard backstroke. And then we'll head to the women's 400-yard medley relay along with the men's 400-yard medley relay. So we get ready for the first race. 2 heats. First race here today, it'll be Kristen Taguba, the junior of Widener, 5:13.10 was her qualification time. Brooke Schlott, freshman of Albright, 5:08.59. Eva Partridge, a senior of Widener, 5:07.72. Gabby Hartney, a junior of Arcadia, 5 minutes and 8/10 of a second. Julie Hyatt, sophomore of Albright, 5:06.72. Tori Freeling, freshman of Widener, 5:08.53. Gina Mecca, a freshman of Widener, 5:12 flat. And McKay Wright, a sophomore of Lycoming, 5:14.78. As they get ready for that one. If you missed yesterday, as mentioned, Nancy Ziegler won the 500-yard freestyle over Megan Hupp by 3 seconds. Hupp was a 2-time defending champion, and she lost that. They'll face each other again later on tonight. In the men's, T. Culver, he won the 500 freestyle. The 200-yard individual medley was won by Melanie Malam. For the men's, it was T.J. Dalton. The 50-yard freestyle was won by Casey Cotton, another swimmer that you will see today. As for the men's, Aaron Green, he won gold for the 2nd straight season. And this year, within the NCAA Division III B-Cut time of a 20:37, Green also tied the MAC championship record with a 20:43, which was the time set in 2018. Won't be starting until 6, so about maybe 5 minutes or so. So we continue to look. So obviously we talked about Aaron Green. By the way, we talk about Aaron Green and how good of a swimmer he is. Green, you know, he can really go out there and swim fast. By the way, you'll see him tonight. He's never finished worst in second in his career. He has 8 individual championships after yesterday. He'll be alongside Colin Jordan, who is the defending champion in the fastest qualifier of the event, the senior of Lycoming. Both of these seniors will battle in the 100-yard backstroke. As for the 200-yard freestyle relay, Messiah's Casey Cotton, Emily Decker, Nasia McCabe, and Kaylee Hollenbach won gold. And for the men's, it was Joseph Giuliano, Harry Huntsberger, Christopher Late, and Hunter Page with a time of 1:25.23. And there was a 200-yard butterfly and a time trial earlier on in the morning to mention. Albright's Bryce Schaefer re-broke his own championship record overall in the MAC with a 1:51.22, or that was previous. He set a B-cut time of 1:50.79 after the morning preliminaries. Again, we didn't have that on the broadcast, but that as well goes within the night. And if you're wondering who the top 5 is through 6 events, we'll cover the women's first. Messiah, they have 253 points over the lead of Widener. Widener in second, 165. Messiah looking to win another title. Arcadia, they sit in third with 156 points. Stevenson has a 123 in fourth, or actually rather in fifth. And I actually apologize. Stevenson in fourth, 129. Mezzocordia in fifth, rounding out the top 5 with 123. Albright, they have a massive lead over Arcadia, who sits in second. 239 points for Albright. Arcadia 180 points. Widener sits in third with 158. Kings in fourth, 142. And Messiah sits in fifth with 131 points. Get ready, about 3 minutes away from the start. Now, we will see what will happen. Fans are waiting. About 2 minutes away from starting time. We have the opportunity. Let's take a quick break. Before they come back, you're watching the MAC Swimming Championships live here on YouTube. Stay right with us. And welcome back to the MAC 2019 Swimming Championships here in the York YMCA Aquatic Center here in York, Pennsylvania. Albright fans getting loud. This is the consolation heat here, heat 1 of 2 here in the B final. In lane 1, Yolev Tagula, junior Widener. Brooke Schlott, a freshman of Albright in lane 2. Eva Partridge, a senior of Widener in lane 3. Gabby Hartney, a junior of Arcadia lane 4. Julie Hyatt, a sophomore of Albright lane 5. Tori Freeling, a freshman of Widener lane 6. Gina Mecca, a freshman of Widener lane 7. And McKay Wright, a sophomore of Lye, coming in lane 8. Fastest time, 5 minutes and 8/10 and 400ths of a second, and they are underway to start event 5. 2 more events after this tomorrow on Sunday. That includes the 1,650 individual freestyle, and that one should be interesting to say the least. Always gets interesting in the long races. We saw the 800-yard freestyle become a interesting result, as well as 800-yard medley to start the week. Right now it's an early lead as of the moment for Hartney. Hartney overall 6 seconds faster than everyone else in this split. She just missed out of the A finals by a matter of 0.03 of a second. So Hartney, while she'll come in 9th at best, is looking to at least make a statement and end off on a positive here today. She holds the lead as of the moment as they go through the butterfly. And now they'll head to the backstroke. Actually, they went through the breast, now they go to the backstroke rather. So, Hartney just holding the lead right now over Freeling. Complete another 25 yards. It's about neck and neck for the lead. Looking solid as well in lane 7 on the backstroke is Gina Mecca. Both Freeling and Mecca freshmen from Widener. Freeling at a 5:08.53 as Freeling takes the lead here. Mecca a 5:12 flat. Mecca now a little bit farther behind, but with a pretty solid lead as of the moment is Freeling. Freeling, I mean, her teammate Mecca is challenging. You have Hartney in lane 4, and then you have a lot of distance back to 4th in lane 2, Brooke Schlott, the freshman of Albright. And it looks like at the line there, they're going to be head and head. But to me, it looks like right now, Hartney's in the lead, just barely over Freeling. They touch the end, indeed. Hartney back to the lead. She'll complete the first 50 yards, and they will head for 50 more. As right now, she is leading the way by about 4 yards. Hartney touches, she'll go back around. Now Freeling touches, and the lead is getting bigger. Looks like Freeling was setting a very good pace, but Hartney right now is just a bunch faster. Looks like we have a new swimmer in the 3rd place, Schlott, and then it's neck and neck for about 4th. Schlott just slightly ahead, about 3 swimmers all right together. Hartney, though, pulling away. The yard distance is now about by 5 or 6. She continues to look strong, and she will head to the freestyle portion here, 100 yards left to go. She'll touch the wall, come back around, and this is where her lead will expand to about half of the pool. So half the pool's length, about 12, 13 yards of a lead for Hartney. I'll tell you, the Albright fans are cheering as well, because they have their swimmer, Brooke Schlott, right now, who's battling for second. Schlott just outside of second as of the moment. 50 yards more to go for Hartney. Gabby Hartney, again, the junior of Arcadia, just missed out by 0.03 of a second of the A feature. But right now, she's swimming a very solid pace. For the final time, Hartney will come, and she is going to win the A, or the B final rather. So she'll come in 9th. Coming in second there will be Freeling. The Albright fans excited as their swimmer comes just in 4th. Actually, we'll see if they have it changed around. Now they do have they now do change it around. So here is the final results here of Heat 1, the B final. As mentioned, Hartney with the win of Arcadia, 5:01.44. You'll have Freeling of Widener finishing second, 5:03.96. Mecca, 5:04.95. Schlott, 5:05.75. They originally had those times backwards. Partridge of Widener, 5:06.61. And then it is going to be high off Tagula, or high off right, and then Tagula to round it out. And now we head to the women's A final. In lane 1 will be Rebecca Brown, the junior of Arcadia. 4:59.83 was easily enough to put her in to the A final. Abby Keating of Wilkes, the sophomore, 4:52.14. Britta Heath, a senior, her final chances here of Messiah, 4:48.02. Maylene Elder, who stunned Kirsten Seeley, sophomore of Messiah, 4:44.85. Kirsten Seeley, as mentioned, the junior of Kings. She's looking to make it 3 times in a row. She'll be in lane 5, 4:45.21, a second off of Elder. Now, Rachel Sampson, a junior of Arcadia, 4:50.06. In lane 7, we'll have McCarter, a freshman out of Albright, 4:56.95. And in lane 8, you'll have Grogan, a junior out of Weiner, 5 minutes and 8/10 of a second. So they're giving the introductions here for the A finals. Up next, we'll have the men's 400-yard IM after this. Again, Kirsten Seeley looking to make it 3 years in a row, but she's going to have to fight off some pretty good swimmers here in this A final. And as the crowd gets excited for Seeley, the Kings fans here today, actually right next to us along with the Albright fans, obviously they want the most out of today. If you have a good day today and you trail behind Messiah and Albright, you could set up something for tomorrow, but as a unit, everyone else is going to have to do what they can. Albright looking for 8 of their last 9 in the men's. Messiah women's looking for 5 in a row. As they continue to do the introductions, as they just introduced Cragen. So you get the whistle. And we're underway for the women's 400-yard IM Individual Medley Championship here They come through the first 25, and we'll see when they come back up. It is neck and neck for the lead between Siwi and Elder. Elder just barely out in front. Siwi looks like she's just in front for second as they touch the wall for the first 50 yards. And they will head through. Elder still out in front, Siwi there. She's neck and neck with Sampson and Heath. Lanes 2 through 6, essentially all neck and neck for the lead. No one giving an inch. But right now, Siwi's the one out in front and in control. We'll see what happens when they go into the backstroke here. Who will prevail? We've seen many lead changes happen in the backstroke. So here we go. They'll turn around and head for the back. Siwi out to the lead. The gap has separated a little bit for Elder, or rather Siwi in second. Elder, the gap has separated for her in the lead. Abby Keating as well, challenging for second. Keating, a sophomore of Wilkes, the only Wilkes representative here in the women's 400-yard individual medley. But right now, it's all Maylene Elder, as Siwi is going to try to catch her. But the question is, does she have enough time in these final two portions to get it done? Because I'll tell you one thing, Elder looked spotless this morning in the preliminaries. She was a full second faster than Siwi, and she earned that victory this morning as they continue to go. Elder, she was 5th in heat 2 of 3 overall this morning, and obviously she ran the faster time than everyone else. And right now her lead is expanding as of the moment. I'll tell you, these fans of Messiah are cheering for their women, for their women's team. But oh, we have a lead change. Uh-oh, Siwi to the lead. Siwi takes it over Elder. A huge transition as they head for the final 50 yards of the third portion, and then they will go for the freestyle to end. But Siwi back to the lead, looking to make it 3 years in a row as the junior. Kings would love a gold here. They would love to take the victory. And right now, Siwi is far out ahead. I don't think anyone's going to be able to catch her. It's now by at least 8-9 yards. She is pulling away. Siwi in the final portion here of the freestyle. The lead now, about a good 13 yards. She is gone. All Elder can hope is Siwi makes a mistake. That's the only way she may be able to catch her. Siwi is setting a very solid pace right now as of the moment and is looking to take home the gold. She'll touch the end of the pool and will have 50 more yards to go to become the defending 3-time champion of this event. Siwi, all she's got to do is now survive 25 more yards with Maylene Elder in second. Siwi touches, and now she's coming all the way back. She has a 14-yard lead. I don't think anyone's going to get to her. And at the end of it all, Siwi, the junior of Kings, comes out victorious. Maylene Elder in second. Third will be Britta Heath. Looks like at the end there, fourth will be Grogan. We get the rest. Siwi with the victory, 4:39.18. That's still a full 5 seconds off the 1990 record set by Devine. As you look at the finishing results. Again, Seaweed with the victory. In second, Elder. Heath in third. Keating in fourth. Grogan in fifth. Sampson in sixth. Brown in seventh. And eighth goes to Grogan. Seaweed now the defending three-time champion of the women's 400-yard IM. So we now get set for the men's. This is Heat 1, the B final here. Let's go over that lineup for you. In lane 1 will be Jason Winters, a freshman of Misericordia. In second will be Kennedy, a freshman of Messiah, 4:29.17. Austin Lauer, a junior of Arcadia, 4:27.45 in qualification. Sam Smith, he was the fastest of this bunch, a senior of Widener, 4:25.26. Bondurant, a junior of Arcadia, 4:27.04. Higgins, a sophomore Kings, 4:28.45. Pettish, a freshman of Arcadia, 4:30.40. And Pathamore, a freshman of Widener, 4:33.96. Lauer trying to battle for the lead. He sits actually just back. Right now, actually falling to seventh. The leader as of the moment right now is Bondurant. Bondurant was actually a favorite to make the final. Had a little bit of a tough time in the preliminaries this morning. But Bondurant looking to at least capitalize and come in ninth. Bondurant again in lane 5 here. Sam Smith, who was the fastest of this group and who missed out by a matter of 0.04 of a second of the A final, is in lane 4. Right now Bondurant in the lead. And again, we mentioned Bondurant this morning. He was the fastest in Heat 3 of the preliminaries, 4:19.57. I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be interesting as they continue through the backstroke, because while Bondurant is in the lead, is the third portion, which is his slowest before the freestyle, and the person who sits right in second, right next to him as of the moment, out of Tyler Higgins, that is his fastest portion along with Sam Smith. So they'll touch the end and they'll continue now for the final 25 of the backstroke. Higgins making up some ground. Smith right now sits in third, just barely. Actually, now he just got passed by Pettish, as well as Kennedy in second, the freshman of Messiah now. So Bondurant looking strong. Kennedy prevailing, as mentioned, to second. He's neck and neck right now with Higgins. As they come back around, they'll have 50 more yards to go before they head to the freestyle. But right now it is all Bondurant as Kennedy touches the wall as well. He's expanding second place and trying to challenge for the lead. Right behind Kennedy as of the moment, as well as Jason Winters, a freshman of Misericordia. Bondurant coming back around. Some great momentum for him. He will head to the freestyle with about a 15-yard lead, it seems like. So they head to the freestyle. They'll touch. And it's neck and neck still for second. Bondurant, though, he may be getting ran down here. Bondurant, his lead got cut down as Kennedy and Winters are all over him. Well, let's see if they can track him down. Bondurant, he'll have 50 yards to go. It's about 8 or 7 yards differential between him and second place. They flip back around. Bondurant's lead continuing to close. Now taking second away is Jason Winters. This is going to be interesting to the end. Winters and Bondurant look to be in a battle alongside Kennedy. But Bondurant pulling away here. Bondurant had a good transition. And when it gets to the end, it'll be Bondurant. It's going to be neck and neck for second. I think it's going to go to Winters and Will. Kennedy comes in third. Fourth will go to Smith, who was in the top 3 for majority. Pettish comes in 5th. Higgins in 6th. It'll be Lauer in 7th. And rounding out the 8 is Pathmore, the freshman of Widener, in 8th. So Bondurant, the junior of Arcadia, picks up the B final victory. And now the A final. So let's give you that lineup here. Finalists for the men's. Corey Hasler, a sophomore of Albright. His qualification time, a 4:22.98. In lane 2, Connor Feinauer, a sophomore of Widener, 4:20.47. In lane 3, you'll have Mackie Wood, who swam great today, the senior of Albright, 4:16.27. In lane 4, you'll have the defending champion, T.J. Dalton, a junior of Arcadia, 4:08.41. No one else is inside that 4-minute and 10-second mark, which should make it interesting here. Daniel Parker, a freshman of Widener, 4:15.92. He's in lane 5. You'll have Hassard, a senior of Albright, 4:19.16 in lane 6. Maciandero, a junior of Widener, 4:22.57 in lane 7. And in lane 8, you'll have Libertor, a junior of Widener, 4:25.22. As again, he got in by 0.04 of a second in qualification. And, you know, we talk about Dalton and his success. Dalton was the 400 IM champion last year. Picked up his first ever 200 IM championship yesterday. And the 200 breast champion as well. Looking for his 4th individual championship. As they continue through the introductions. I'll tell you, these fans, they've really come out. It's a packed house. It's almost standing room only. It should be interesting as well going into tomorrow as well. As they continue through the introductions here. Vitore now being introduced. Referees will have them get on. Again, Dalton winning the men's 200-yard IM yesterday. He's looking for his 4th individual championship here. He's the defending champion of this event, and rightfully so, one of the more dominating swimmers here in Division III in the individual medley. Dalton right now, he's out to an early lead, just barely. Now actually he is getting passed as of the moment by Daniel Parker. So Parker of Widener owns the lead, but it's Dalton and also Mackie Wood neck and neck. Not a surprise. These 3 swimmers have been battling all week long together. As well in lane 2, you have Connor Feinauer, And in lane 6, Hassard, a senior of Albright. Mackie Wood prevailing, but is the backstroke that Dalton really starts to prevail on in this competition, which is why he's almost a full 7 seconds faster, as Dalton prevails right now as the moment over the lead over Parker. Mackie Wood right there as well. Dalton the first one to transition over. He now has about a 1.5 yard lead over Mackie Wood. Mackie Wood still challenging. Mackie Wood is very strong in the backstroke. 50 yards left to go on the backstroke. Mackie Wood now will go. Well, actually, no, he'll fall back rather. And now it'll be Dalton expanding the lead. Mackie Wood had some momentum, but it looked like he slipped up on the transition, and he's fallen now to third. It's still neck and neck for the lead between Dalton and Parker. Mackie Wood's now down the fourth. Lane 6, you have Hassard, who is in third. Now they head to the freestyle, or actually apologize. They don't head to the freestyle yet. They head to part 3. We'll have 175 yards to go in this 400-yard individual medley. And I'll tell you what, Dalton now well ahead. What he did this morning is showing. Right now the pace is a little bit slower than what he set this morning. But if he stays like this, it's enough to make him the 2-time champion in this event and give him his 4th individual title overall. Dalton touches the end. He'll have only 100 yards left to go, but he is flying away. It's about almost half a pool's length. His lead over Parker. In the battle for second, at least relatively close, you have Parker, Mackie Wood, and Hassard all together. Hassard right now in third, Mackie Wood in second, I apologize. Hassard in second, Mackie Wood in fourth. Parker right now still holding his ground. Dalton half of the pool's length officially. He will come now for the final 50 yards. Dalton continuing to expand. And for more than likely now, the final 25 yards, he will cruise in. We will see, because he's picked up the pace pretty solidly, if he can have a chance at the MAC championship record, 4:06.16, set by him last year. He set the own MAC record this year, 4:04.27, and at the stripe, Dalton wins it, 4:06.10. It's a new MAC record. So he breaks his own MAC record by 0.06 of a second. Or rather, the MAC championship record, just want to clarify on that one. The MAC record is held by him, 4:04.27, but he does break the MAC championship record here. So your final results, Dalton in the lead, Parker finished in second. Third is Mackie Wood, fourth Hassard, fifth Feinauer, sixth Hausler, seventh Maskendor, and eighth Liberator. The differential of victory was 8 seconds for Dalton. I'll tell you what, Dalton now is fourth individual champion chip here. Very happy. It's a new MAC championship record again, set by Dalton, breaking his own record from last year in this competition. So now they're going to give the awards to the 200-yard relay of yesterday. I believe we're going to start with women's. apparently Dalton is disqualified. That is interesting. They just came over the PA saying Dalton is disqualified. And if that is the truth, Parker is going to be your winner. Dalton, who just set the MAC championship record, indeed is disqualified. That is tough. He won it by 8 seconds. And the defending champion will end up not becoming the winner. Daniel Parker is now the winner here. So Parker of Widener, the freshman, would pick up his first individual championship here today. Man, that is interesting. They announced it right before the awards ceremony. That is interesting, to say the least. As they announce the awards. To try to get you tuned in here to this award ceremony. Mezzocordia came in 4th in this event last night. Pretty good performance at San Mezzocordia. They sit right now in 5th overall in the standings. Arcadia in 3rd. Widener coming in 2nd yesterday.
In the 200 free relay with a winning time of 1:37.12 from Messiah College, the team of Cassie.
And Messiah obviously victorious yesterday in the 200-yard freestyle relay. So as they honor them, and they'll get a picture here, we'll head over to the men's in a moment for the men's 200-yard freestyle relay winners of last night. Still waiting for them to take the picture. See. And they do get it. So now this is the finishing results for last night's men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Again, that was event 12. We'll come from 11th all the way to first. Lebanon Valley came in 11th with a total time of 1:48. Wilkes came in 7th with 1:28.14. Mezzocordia came in 6th, 1:27.55. Messiah in 5th, 1:27.34. Arcadia came in 4th with a 1:26.19. Kings came in 3rd with a 1:26.05. In 2nd, Widener, 1:25.25, and Albright comes away with the victory. Their first swimmer was Joseph Giuliano, a freshman. Harry Huntsberger, a sophomore. Christopher Late, a sophomore as well, and the junior Hunter Page ended it off for them with a winning time of 0.02 of a second over Widener, 1:25.23. The Widener swimmers, by the way, were Aaron Green, who started it off, Paolo Cortez, Timmy Dando, and Martin Bowden. Bowden and Paolo, a junior, Dando, a sophomore, and Aaron Green, as well known, a senior, in his final MAC championship swimming competition here of his collegiate career. So our next event, as they honor the 200-yard freestyle relay champions, will be event number 15 of the weekend. It'll be the women's 100-yard butterfly. And while we have the chance, and they're getting the picture done, why don't we cover who will be in Heat 1 for this event? Alyssa Gisick, a sophomore of Kings with a preliminary time of 1:04.77. Allie Aspie in lane 2, senior of Wilkes, 1:04.11. Lauren Pham, a senior at Kings, 1:03.56. You have Clemente, a senior of Messiah, 1:02.71. That was the fastest time of this B final. 2/200ths of a second off. You have Carlson, a freshman of Misericordia, 1:02.73. You have Ellen Picker-Eunice, a junior of Lycoming, 1:04.10. Caroline Stang, a junior of Widener, 1:04.14. And Erica Schell, a sophomore of Lebanon Valley, 1:04.79. The slowest time here in this 100-yard butterfly was the 1:04.79, so this should be neck and neck for the race. Casey Cotton, who will go in the final heat, she'll be in lane 5. Joe Bujanowski and Izzy Ramsland, two excellent swimmers. Ramsland, a senior out of Stevenson, and Bujanowski, a junior out of Widener. They will all compete to try to knock off Cotton's 2-year winning streak in this women's 100-yard butterfly. But again, we'll wait for that, as that would be next. But first here, Heat 1 for the B final. Trying to take away 9th place. Again, if you missed the men's 400-yard IM, defending champion TJ Dalton was victorious, but he got disqualified, which would give it to Daniel Parker of Widener, who is a freshman. Have him get set, and we're underway. Parker, by the way, will be his first individual championship if it indeed holds. Right now, the early lead here is Allie Aspie, the senior of Wilkes. Aspie 1:04.11 as mentioned, but all these swimmers within each other. It was tough this morning to start out the 100-yard butterfly, as pool conditions weren't in the best. It was a lot hotter in here this morning. Now it's much cooler, even though we have a much heavier crowd. I'll tell you, these swimmers looking a lot faster as they come through the first 50. They'll have 25 more yards to go, and it is anyone's race. Right now, it seems like Lauren Pham is the leader, but it is as neck and neck as it can get. Here coming into the final 13 yards. You have 5 swimmers all neck and neck. Who is going to come out victorious? It's going to be Lauren Pham. A 1:02.81. Pham had ran a 1:03.56. That's faster than her preliminary. Clemente in second. Third will be Carlson. Fourth, Stang. Fifth, Shell. 6th will go to Aspie, 7th Gisick, and 8th will go to Picker-Eunice. So now the final here, the A final, in Heat 2 of the women's 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, you'll have Madison McKay, a sophomore of Arcadia, 1 minute and 9/10, which was enough to get her into this preliminary. She had about a full 2 seconds over the next swimmer behind her. Bernauer, a freshman out of Misericordia, 1 minute and 0.8 Again, she's a freshman. This is her first final. Izzy Ramsland, as mentioned, one of the favorites here to win this 100-yard butterfly. She's in lane 3, 59:29. Only 3 swimmers, by the way, cracked the 1 minute mark. Jill Bujanowski, a junior of Widener, 57:64. She is the fastest. Casey Cotton, the 2-time defending champion of this event, the senior of Messiah College, 57:83. You have Jacqueline Hamill, a senior of Widener, 1 minute and 0.4 Kaylee Gardner, a sophomore at Kings, 1 minute, 0.8 She'll be in lane 7. And you have Weatherby, a junior of Misericordia, in lane 8, 1:01:21. That was the slowest time of all preliminaries. She had a full second over Clemente, who would have been the fastest in Heat 1. As Bujanowski gets a loud cheer from the crowd, the Widener junior. Cassie Cotton won her 4th individual championship yesterday, looking to make this her 5th. Bujanowski, by the way, she won the 200 IM last year, and she would love to come win the 100-yard butterfly here today. They continue through the final introductions. The referees will signal. I'll have them get up onto the diving boards. And we'll get set. And we're underway for the women's 100-yard butterfly final. It is neck and neck between Bujanowski and Cotton here in the early portion. Bujanowski with about a half a stroke lead over Cotton. But let's see, Cotton now out to the lead over Bujanowski. Right now it is a 2 women's race. Just separated by a half a cap is right now Cassie Cotton. Cotton looking to win this 3 times in a row is the senior of Messiah. But Bujanowski back to the lead coming up. They'll have 25 yards to decide it. Let's see what happens here. For the final time, Bujanowski in the lead. The Widener fans are going crazy. Cotton, it's going to be neck and neck at the stripe. Bujanowski with the victory. Cotton comes in second. Ramsland third. Fourth will be going to Bernauer. As you see the final times, Bujanowski 56:84, 1/100th of a second over Cassie Cotton, who comes in second. Again, third Ramsland, fourth Bernauer. McKay comes in fifth, Hamill sixth, Weatherby seventh, and Gardner eighth. So now, here is the men's 100-yard butterfly. And this will be the B final. From Hood, a freshman with a 54.96, John Foley. He'll be in lane 1. In lane 2, a junior Stevenson with a 54.72 qualification time, Steph Kratzer. In lane 3, a senior of Hood, 54.26, Matthew Ball. In lane 4, a junior with a 54.04 time of Kings, Chris Dione. In lane 5, a junior of Albright with a 54.25, Hunter Page. In lane 6, a senior of Arcadia, Bill Rogers, 54.52. Chris Fleming, a junior of Weiner, 54.75, and we are underway for the B final. And lastly, in lane 8, Dan Schlebo, a freshman of Misericordia, 55.01. That's the slowest time, but all these times within a second of each other, which should lead to an interesting 100-yard butterfly here in the B final, as all 7 swimmers are all 8 rather, are neck and neck. But right now, the early leader is Clemente, or rather Dione. Dione in the lead, and he'll have 25 yards to go to take 9th and the Heat B final victory. Dione just ahead again. This is going to be another neck-and-neck race. Giovanni, or rather Page, right there, and it's going to be Page at the end. Page over Dione, getting the victory, and it's separated by 4/10 of a second. Your final results here: Page wins, Dione second, third is Kratzer, fourth will be Fleming, 5th Ball, 6th Foley, 7th will go to Rogers, and 8th Shebov. So now your Heat 2, your A final for the top 8. In lane 1, a junior of Albright with a 53.63 preliminary time this morning, Anthony Spanier. In lane 2, you'll have Tristan Hyatt, a junior of Arcadia with a qualification time of 53.17. In lane 3, you'll have the sophomore of Wilkes with a 52.66 qualification time, Justin Berta. In lane 4, the defending champion of this event, he ended up running a 49.74 in qualification, which would have beaten his own record in the championship and the NAC record, Bryce Schaefer. In lane 5, you have a senior of Arcadia with a qualification time of 52.48. That was the second fastest, Andre Giovanni, or Javone. In lane 6, a sophomore of Misericordia with a qualification time of 52.78, Logan Flugel. In lane 7, a junior of Albright, a 53.60 qualification time, Malik Williams. And rounding out the 8 here in the final, we have Montevitas, a freshman of Kings, with a qualification time of 53.72. He had a full 4/10 over Chris Dione. Schaefer, looking to make it 2 in a row, is the sophomore. He won this as a freshman. And Schaefer getting ready. Schaefer, he won the 100-yard fly last year. He also won the 200-yard fly as well. Schaefer, as we know, very good at the fly. So let's see who will win the finals here. Schaefer was the only one to break that 50-second mark, as he went with a 49.74 as they get set. And we're underway. Schaefer was a full 3 seconds faster than everyone else. Again, he broke his own record, but because it was a preliminary, it doesn't count. So Schaefer is going to have to come out here with a burning passion to beat his record, as right now he is out to an early lead with Logan Flugel just trailing behind. It'll be 50 yards to go. But right now, Schaefer is pulling away, similar to what he did this morning. Schaefer, he will now touch. 25 yards to go, and again, we gotta watch this time because this may be on track of beating his own record that he set last year. Schaefer, for the second time in a row, is gonna win the 100-yard butterfly with a final time of 49.97. He misses it by a 1/10 of a second. He was actually faster in his qualification time, but Schaefer comes out victorious for the second year in a row. Williams comes in second. In third is Flugel. Fourth will be Giovone. In fifth, Berta. Sixth, Hyatt. Seventh, Spanier. And eighth, Montevides. They get a good cheer from the crowd for the race. Schaefer now, second year in a row, winning. And we'll get ready for more award ceremonies. This time it'll be for the 100-yard butterfly. Or actually, I apologize. Rather, the 400 individual medley awards that happened earlier today. So they will do the women's first. So as they go over the final results, again, everyone, you are watching the MAC Swimming Championships here of 2019 in York, Pennsylvania. The people asking on the broadcast, it is college swimming here. As I'll tell you what, the fans are erupting of Albright. Let's go back and show you the final results of this event here. The 400-yard individual medley. In eighth, Sammy Grogan of Widener. You have Rebecca Brown, a junior of Arcadia, who came in seventh. Regina McCarter, a freshman of Albright, comes in sixth. Abby Keating, a sophomore of Wilkes, 4:52.14. Rachel Sampson, a junior of Arcadia, 4:50.06. Britta Heath, a senior of Messiah, 4:48.02. And that's good enough for third. Kirsten Seeley, who was a two-time defending champion in this event, no longer the junior of Kings, 4:45.21. That's second. She lost by less than a second, about 4/10, to Maylene Elder, the sophomore of Messiah, with a winning time of 4:44.85. So a big win for Elder, the sophomore. She actually apologize. We're giving you the preliminaries here. Let's retry that actually. Stand it up on the board. They had the preliminaries listed. Eighth place, Rebecca Brown. She was disqualified. Regina McCarter in seventh. Rachel Sampson sixth. Sammy Grogan fifth. Abby Keating fourth. Britta Heath third. Maylene Elder second. And Kirsten Seeley, indeed, 3 times in a row. That seemed more right. Give the qualification times there. So Seeley, your 3-time champion. So now the men's individual medley results. Again, TJ Dalton, who actually won this event, was disqualified, so he'll come in 8th. Owen Libertor, the junior of Widener, 4:23.10 in 7th. Nick Massiandero, a junior of Weiner, 4:22.67. Corey Hausler, a sophomore of Albright, 4:22.27. Connor Feinauer, a sophomore of Widener, 4:20.73. Connor Hassard, a senior of Albright, 4:17.05. Brendan Mackey-Wood, a senior of Albright, comes in second with a time of 4:15.41. And today's winner via Dalton's disqualification, the freshman of Widener, Daniel Parker, winning his first individual championship here today with a final time of a 4:14.45. So that, as they continue through the award ceremony, that will end up setting us into what should be the next event, which is the 200-yard freestyle of the women's. Why don't we cover the first heat for that one? In Heat 1, Haley Giannani, a freshman of Misericordia, 2:03.28 preliminary time. Kaylee Allen, a senior of Arcadia, 2:02.75 in preliminaries. We have Babarski, a junior of Arcadia, 2:02.68. Nikolsky, a freshman of Misericordia. She has the fastest here of the B finals. Her preliminary was a 2-minute and 0.3 of a second time. In lane 5, you'll have Claire Coe, a freshman of Kings, 2:02.13. Maggie Yount, a sophomore of Misericordia, 2:02.68. She'll be in lane 6. Lane 7, Jacqueline Hamill, a senior of Widener, 2:02.81. And rounding out your 8 for the women's 200-yard freestyle, Emily Decker, a freshman of Messiah College, 2:03.82. So they'll get set. If anyone wonders what the individual record is, 153.20 is the championship record set by Wingert back in 2017. Kitty Wingert as well set it in 2018, 153.13. So get ready for the 200-yard freestyle. Here in the consolation finals. Get set, get quiet here, and we're underway. So 200 yards. They will have to complete up and down this pool a total of 8 times, as they all will battle for 9th. It is all neck and neck between all 8 swimmers. But it looks to be right now Emily Decker in the lead. Decker now trading off. It'll go to Nikolsky. Nikolsky coming out in front as they come through yard 75. She'll flip back around, and it's going to be between right now both Nikolsky and Decker as they battle for the lead. Very little ways back, about 2 or 3 yards. We have a tight battle for second and third as well between Babarski and also Claire Coe. But pulling ahead right now is Nikolsky. Babarski looks like she just picked up second. Officially, we will see when they come back to the touch. She's still neck and neck with Decker, but pulling away, as mentioned, is Nikolsky. Nikolsky, she'll touch for what is the second final time. It is the final lap here. Tell them to get the crowd to hype up. It is getting loud here in the Heat A, or the Heat B rather, final in the Max Swimming Championships of the women's 200-yard freestyle. Nikolski, she is going to cruise her way in for the victory. Coming in second will be Decker. That was a close there for third. We'll find that out. Claire Coe will be in third. Coming in fourth will be Yount. Fifth will be Babarski. Sixth, Hamill. Seventh will be going to, I believe, Allen. And then eighth will end up being Gianni. So Gianni rounds it out, indeed. And now, the Heat 2 and A final. So let's give you that lineup for you. In lane 1, a freshman of, or rather a sophomore of Lye, coming with a qualification time of 1:59.56, Kara Zortman. In lane 2, it'll be Franceschini, a freshman of Widener, 1:58.12. We'll have Augustine in lane 3. She's a senior of Widener, 1:57.55. A champion yesterday over Megan Hupp, Nancy Ziegler, the freshman of Messiah, with the fastest time, 1:56.86. She's in lane 4. Molly Miller, the sophomore of FDU Forum, she also swam great yesterday, 1:57.16. She's in lane 5. You have Murphy in lane 6, a junior of Albright, with a preliminary time of 1:57.98. In lane 7, you'll have Megan Hupp, a junior of Arcadia, 1:58.13. Hupp is a two-time 50-yard freestyle champion and the two-time 1,650-yard freestyle champion. And then over Nikolski by just over a tenth. They just announced Sammy Murphy. She finished second last year, Hupp, they're talking about. And they talk about Hupp. I apologize, Hupp was the two-time 500, not 50, champion and two-time 1,650 champion. 200 yards and to an early lead is Augustine, but she's right now being challenged by Allen. Augustine still slightly out in front here in the 200-yard freestyle, but now the lead has come clear, and it's a battle between three swimmers. And there at the line, Brittany Pond with the lead. But now coming back up, it looks like it's going to go back to Augustine. They complete yard 75. They'll have 125 more to complete. And the lead switches hands again on the transition. This time now the leader is going to be Molly Miller of FDU. Miller now with the lead. She challenges neck and neck with Nancy Ziegler. And they will have to decide it right here. They're neck and neck for the lead. Continuing to push is Molly Miller, just Ahead, oh no, here comes Ziegler. Ziegler to the lead. Ziegler now owns it. Ziegler, a freshman of Messiah, owns the lead just over Molly Miller. Ziegler touches. She'll have 18 yards, now 13 yards to win here. It'll be her second individual win of the weekend, and Nancy Ziegler will win it. Miller will come in second, Franceschini in third. Fourth will be Murphy. Hupp comes in fifth. Augustine sixth. Seventh will be Zortman, and eighth will be Pond. Ziegler won 54-61. That was the second off the women's freestyle record set by Katie Wenger of last year, or actually 2 years ago. The MAC record set last year. So as they wait to get the official results, get out of the pool. The men's 200-yard freestyle is next. In lane 1, a sophomore of Misericordia, DJ Wieland. In lane 2, you'll have Souter, a senior of Kings. Eric Bang, a sophomore of FDU, in lane 3. You'll have Tyler Sansone, a freshman of Albright, in lane 4. Jared Byrne, as we are underway, a sophomore of Wilkes, in lane 5. Max Riddell, a senior of Hood, in lane 6. Joey Antelock, a freshman of Wilkes, in lane 7. And rounding out the lineup, AJ Cawley, a senior of Arcadia, in lane 8. As they come through the first 50 yards, it is all neck and neck. I mean, this is anyone's race here in this Heat B. I'm going to tell you what, this is as close as it's going to get as they try to work on the 100-yard mark. They just completed 75, and there's still no 100% clear victor. But right now the lead is in the hands of Max Riddell. And now it's changed back over. Now it goes to lane 2. Souter to the lead, the senior of Kings. His preliminary was a 1:47.98. Here we go for yard 150. We have yet again another lead change. It goes back to lane 6. Max Riddell to the lead is the junior, or rather the senior of Hood. But then they transition back. It is still a neck-and-neck battle between Souter and Riddell. 25 yards to decide it. Riddell looks to be out in front, just barely. They will come to the end. It is a 3-man race. Oh, I think it was lane 4. No, they're going to say lane 3. Bang with the victory. Oh, man, that was a close finish. I thought Sansone got it in. Bang with the victory, 1:46.32. Sansone, 1:46.36. Byrne comes in third, 1:46.43. That's all within a 10th and 100th of a second. Riddell, 1:46.60. You'll have Souter, 1:47.43. Antelock in 6th, 1:47.48. Wieland in 7th, and Cawley in 8th, 1:50 and 1:51 on their times. So we will head to the Heat 2A final. In lane 1, a very strong swimmer. He's a sophomore of Widener with a preliminary time of 1:45.48. Timmy Dando. In lane 2, a senior of Arcadia with a preliminary time of 1:44.92. You have Michael Mellison. In lane 3, a freshman of Messiah with a time of 1:43.96. Tyler Wilkinson. In lane 4, the 2017 champion of this event, a junior of Widener, Martin Bowden, a junior as mentioned of Widener, 1:41.02. In lane 5, a junior of Albright, 1:43.79, Teague Culver. In lane 6, a sophomore of Messiah, 1:43.99, Daniel Logan. In lane 7, a sophomore of Albright, 1:44.98. It'll be Huntsberger. And rounding it out, in lane 8, a sophomore of Albright, Christopher Late, 1:45.90. As they run through the rest of the lineups. So give Daniel Logan an introduction. This should be a very interesting men's 200-yard freestyle. Bowden, 1:41.02. That was 2 seconds faster than everyone else. By the way, that would have beaten the championship and NAC record by 4/10 of a second. Similar to Schaefer, who beat his own record earlier today. He didn't set it in the championship. We would love to see if Bowden can indeed break the time again as they come onto the boards. Bowden came in second in this event last year, and he won this back in 2017. The Widener Jr. gets out to an early lead here, just out in front. 25 yards in, they'll flip and come back down for another 25, but Bowden still barely out in front and just pulling away. He's a very fast freestyle swimmer. He'll complete the first 50 with an ease, and he has about a 2 to 3 yard lead over second. It's still neck and neck between second lanes 2, 3, and 5. That's Mellison, Wilkinson, and Culver all right there, still within it. But as they complete yard 100, still 2 to 3 yards ahead is Bowden. Bowden continuing to set a very fast pace. You'll have 100 yards less now actually than that to go. He'll have 75 yards when he touches this time. Bowden is pulling away and is now 4 to 5 yards. You have everyone else essentially in this but lane 1, and that is Timmy Dando, who is far off as of the moment. But Bowden getting a loud cheer from the Widener fan base, is 25 yards away from victory. Bowden, as this crowd is picking up, Bowden 5 yards away, he will win it. Looks like second is going to go to Wilkinson. Let's see the final times as Bowden 1:41.39. He beats the record by 100th of a second. That's a new MAC and championship record, although his preliminary time was faster today with a 1:41.02. He officially owns the record. Coming in second is Wilkinson, 1:43.22. Mellison in third, 1:43.36. Logan in fourth. Culver in fifth. In sixth is Late. Seventh, Huntsberger. And eighth, Timmy Dando. So as we get ready now for the 100-yard butterfly champions. Here is your official finishing order for that. In 8th will be Caitlin Weatherby with a final time of 101.20. Well, actually, apologize, it's prelims. Rather, her final time here in the 100-yard fly. I'll try that again because we had to refresh. Kaylin Gardner, sophomore Kings, final time 101.01. In 7th, Caitlin Weatherby, 1 minute and 9/700ths of a second. Jacqueline Hamill, senior Widener, finishes 6th, 1 minute, 3/700ths of a second. Finishing 5th, Madison McKay, sophomore of Arcadia, 1 minute, 3/400ths of a second. It was 300ths decided by 5th and 6th. Finishing in 4th is Kate Bernauer, a freshman of Misericordia, 1 minute and 700ths of a second. Izzy Ramsland, the first one to break the 1 minute mark. The senior of Stevenson comes in 3rd, 59:32. Casey Cotton, who was the 2-time defending champion of this event, no longer. She comes in 2nd. Senior Messiah Bujanowski to end out for the junior. Bujanowski dominated. She was the fastest this morning. Cotton was the 2nd fastest. Bujanowski ended up running well faster than what she did this morning. Again, 56.84 compared to a 57.64. It's almost a full second faster. By the way, if you're wondering how the points worked out as well, Gardner gave Kings 11. Weatherby gave Misericordia 12. Hamill gave Widener 13. McKay gave Arcadia 14. 15 for Bernauer of Misericordia. Ramsland gave Stevenson 16 more. Cotton gave him 17 for Messiah and 20 obviously for the winner of Bujanowski. And in the B final, 9 was given to Kings thanks to Lauren Pham. Nicole Clemente, the senior Messiah, gave Messiah 7 points. Andrea Carlson will give 6 to Misericordia, the freshman. Caroline Stang will give 5 to Widener. She's a junior. 4 points for Erica Schell, as she gave Lebanon Valley 4 more, is the sophomore. Allie Aspie, a senior Wilkes, gave them 3 more points. Alyssa Gisick, a sophomore at Kings, adds on 2 more. And Elena Picayunas, the junior of Lycoming, adds on 1. So now they'll honor the men's 100-yard butterfly finals. Let's give you 16 through 1 and the points. 16 gives 1 and 20 all the way up for the winner. In 16th place, Danny Schlebov, a freshman of Misericordia. His final time was a 55:57. Bill Rogers finishes 15th. The senior of Arcadia, 54:78. In 14th, John Foley, a freshman of Hood, 54:59. Matthew Ball in 13th, senior of Hood, 54:54. Chris Fleming, is a junior of Widener, 54:46. Stephen Kratzer, a junior of Stevenson, 53:77. Christione, a junior of Kings, 53:70. And Paige Hunter of Albright, winning the B finals, 53:37. And now your top 8. Tom Montevides, freshman of Kings, 54:88. That was good enough for 8th. Anthony Spanier, junior of Albright, 53:33. Tristan Hyatt, a junior of Arcadia, 52:89. Justin Berta, sophomore Wilkes, 52:35. In 4th, Andrew Giovanni, senior of Arcadia, 52:20. Logan Flugel, a sophomore Misericordia, 52:16. Malik Williams, a junior of Albright, comes in 2nd, 51:99. And Bryce Schaefer picking up 20 huge ones for Albright, who's in the points lead. They, by the way, come in 1st and 2nd. 49:97 His preliminary was 49.74, which set a record, but nonetheless, Schaefer comes back on top again. So, this will now set the lineup here for the women's 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, a sophomore Kings with a preliminary time of 1:13.22, Emily Bove. You'll have Sammy Grogan, a junior of Widener, with a 1:11.70 in lane 2. Rachel Bruns, a freshman of Messiah College, with a 1:11.41 in lane 3. Julie Hyatt, a sophomore of Albright, in lane 4. She's the fastest as preliminaries with a 1:10.63. Sia McCabe, sophomore of Messiah, 1:10.68. She was 500 off Hyatt here in the B final. Kate Sanborn, a junior of Hood, 1:11.51 as they're underway. You have Bess Sock, sophomore of Lebanon Valley, 1:12.48, and Detweiler, a freshman of Wilkes, 1:14.28, as they are doing very solid here in the breaststroke. Right now, out to the lead is McCabe. Again, her and Hyatt were neck and neck, but it's McCabe and Sanborn who are out right now. Hyatt just trailing by in third. They'll have 50 yards and now less to go as they work B final. McCabe has a huge lead. It's going to be a big battle for second. 5 yards to go. McCabe will win it. And this is neck and neck for second. Let's see. That's going to really come down to the end here, as they're just getting it on the board. It was too close to call, but our censors will give it over here to us. Again, McCabe 109.69, the only one break to 110. In second, Burns 111.53. In third, Hyatt 111.66. Fourth, Sanborn 111.72. 111.74 for Grogan for fifth. Bess Sock in sixth, 113.15. Bove in seventh, 114.54. And Detweiler in eighth, 115.92. So now, let's head to the A final. In lane 1, you have Alderman, who ran a 1:09.86. She's a freshman of Arcadia. Her teammate, who's a senior in lane 2, Taylor Byers, 1:08.63 in qualification this morning. Jules Burnett, a senior of Stevenson, good swimmer alongside with Ramsland. She'll be in lane 3, 1:06.92 in qualification. Danielle Pong, the fastest in Heat 3. The sophomore of Hood will be in lane 4, 1:06.05. She'll take on Nikolsky, the junior of Misericordia, who is the two-time defending champion this event. 1:06.46 was her qualification time. That was good enough for second fastest. Allie Sell, a junior of Messiah, 1:07.37. And in seventh, Emily Kramer, a senior of Lycoming, 1:09.75. And rounding out your A final lineup, Cassidy Preste, a freshman of Misericordia, 1:10.17. There was 5 temps decided between Hyatt and McCabe for the A final position. As they come through the lineup here. Talked about Pong there, the top seed, sophomore of Hood, and now they're talking about Nikolsky, the two-time champion. Grace Nikolsky, a very dominant swimmer, especially in the breaststroke. Nikolsky, when you really think about it, is a huge threat all around in the pool. And, you know, when we talk about a two-time 100-yard breast champion, the two-time 200 breast champion, and obviously this is where she dominates. She would love to win now for the third year in a row in the 100-yard breaststroke. And tomorrow as well, as they get set, we would see Nikolsky as well in the 200-yard breaststroke, but we are underway here for the A finals. Pong just barely right now over Burnett and Nikolsky. Well, let's see when they come back around. It looks like Nikolsky just out in front. Now Pong takes it back. They'll take 50 yards to go, but Nikolsky just out in the lead, as well as Ali Sell right there. Here we go, the final 50. Nikolsky goes down. She's just out in front. It is a four-women's race between lanes 2 through 6. Byers, Burnett, Pong, Nikolsky, and also Sell, all neck and neck. Nikolsky getting challenged. Sell running her down to Messiah. This is going to come down to the end. Who is going to win? It's going to be Sell over Nikolsky. Sell 106.31, Nikolsky 106.36. 0.05 of a second in the differential of the victory. Sell a big win for the junior of Messiah. Burnett comes in third, Pong fourth, fifth is Kramer, sixth Byers, seventh Alderman, and eighth Preste. The slowest time 1:11.60. As now the men's fans cheering as they will have a couple of Albright swimmers here in the B final. In lane 1 of Lycoming, the senior, Pakisizin, 103.16 preliminary. You'll have Besman, a freshman, of this event. Of Hood, 102.47. Trey Harloff, a freshman, of Wilkes, 101.66. Corey Hassler, a sophomore of Albright, 101.07. You'll have Diasis, a senior at Kings, 101.47. It's the second fastest time here of this B final. Kyle Morgan, a sophomore of Albright, 102.16. And Naturale, a sophomore of Arcadia, 103.15. And rounding out Stampone, a junior of Wilkes, 103.37. As they head through the first 50, right now it looks like out in front is Naturale. Naturale, though, he lost it there, and now it goes to lane 3. Trey Harloff. Harloff now out to the lead. Harloff has about a head and a half. He'll have 25 yards to go. But Harloff, the freshman of Wilkes, is looking strong. But now he's neck and neck. Oh, this one's going to come down to the end, too. We have a new leader, and it's Hausler. Hausler of Albright is going to win it. Harloff in second. Third will go to Morkin. Fourth, Besman. Fifth, Diasis. Sixth, Naturale. Seventh, Pakisizin. And eighth, Stampone. So now your men's 100-yard breaststroke 2019 Max Swimming Championship Finals. In lane 1, a freshman at Kings, with a qualification time of 1 minute, 1/10 and 600th of a second, Chris Boxster. In lane 2, a junior of Widener with a qualification time of 59.66. A junior, John Luxick. In lane 3, the defending champion, Hammaker, a junior of Kings with a qualification time of 59.18. In lane 4, Tyler Chamberlain, the senior of Albright. He's the two-time champion of this event in 2016 and 2017 with a preliminary time of 56.87. He looks to win this event for the third time, the senior. In lane 5, the junior from Arcadia with a preliminary time of 58.36, Mark Preedy. In lane 6, a junior of Misericordia with a time of 59.21, Ricky Averill. In lane 7, a junior of Widener with a time of 59.90, Paolo Cortez. And in lane 8, it'll be Liberator, a junior of Widener, with a qualification time of 1:01:02. He made it in over Hausler by 0.05 of a second. As they announce Preedy's name, this is going to be interesting. Chamberlain, he really set the tone this morning. He won by over 2 seconds in his heat. And I mean, really, he had about a 13-plus yard lead. And you have to remember as well this morning, Chamberlain, well, when looking at it, Chamberlain wasn't even in the final heat. That's the thing you have to remember of this event. Chamberlain, to be exact, ended up being in heat 2 of 4, and he dominated that. In heat 3 was Luxick, and heat 4 was Preedy. Hammaker, as well, the defending champion, was in heat 4 in lane 5. But here we go. They will get set. The men's 100-yard breaststroke finals. And we're underway. An early dive out to the lead for John Luxick. But the question is, when they come through the first 25, will Chamberlain take it over? Chamberlain has looked incredible today, has the senior of Albright, and he has the early lead. Chamberlain looking to win this for the third time. He has his challengers, 2 of them, Preedy and Hammaker, all trying to challenge him. But right now, with coming to the final 65 yards, or rather final 55, now 25, Chamberlain is in the lead. Chamberlain pulling away. This is going to be a pretty good time. 56.78 set by Jeff Clark. He's the record. But Tyler Chamberlain will touch and win. Let's see that time. 56.91. So he was 0.04 off his qualification time this morning. But he gets the victory. Preedy comes in second. Third is Hammaker. Fourth, Averill. 5th, Luxick. 6th, Boxster. 7th, Cortez. And 8th, Liberator of Widener. So now we will head to more awards for the 200-yard freestyle. And we'll give you the full points results for that. So again, the women's 200-yard free finals, we'll give you positions 16 through 1. Again, 16 starting with 1 point, all the way up to 24, the winner. Haley Gianni Giannani, the freshman of Misericordia, with a final time in Heat 2, 2:05.61. Kaylee Allen, a senior of Arcadia, comes in 15th, 2:03.58. Jacqueline Hamill, a senior of Widener, 2:02.52. Bailey Babarski, a junior of Arcadia, 2:02.46. Maggie Younts, a sophomore Misericordia, 2:02.07. Claire Coe comes in 11th, a freshman of Kings, 2:02.03. Emily Decker, a freshman of Messiah, 2 minutes, 6/10, 100th of a second. Coming in 9th and winning the B final, Mary Nikolsky, a freshman of Misericordia, 1:59.19. That time would have been actually faster than Brittany Pond, who came in 8th overall for Messiah. The senior put up a 2 minute and 1/10, 900th of a second performance. That's enough, obviously, for 8th. Kara Zortman, the sophomore of Lycoming, 1:58.88. That's enough for 7th. Kaylin Augustine, the senior of Widener, 1:58.32. Megan Hupp comes in 6th, the junior of Arcadia, 1:57.34. Sammy Murphy, the junior of Albright, 1:56.62. Angeline Francescini, the freshman of Widener, 1:56.50. Molly Miller, the sophomore of FDU, 1:56.23. But Nancy Ziegler, who remains perfect this week, has now won her second individual championship, 1:54.61 for the freshman of Messiah. So now, why don't we take a look at the men's 200-yard freestyle results officially. Again, we'll go from 16th to 1st. AJ Cawley comes in 16th, the senior of Arcadia, 1:51.93. DJ Wayland, the sophomore of Misericordia, 1:50.16. Joey Antelock will come in 14th, the freshman of Wilkes, 1:47.48. Christopher Souter, the senior of Kings, 1:47.43. Max Rydell, a senior of Hood, 1:46.60. Just got edged out by Jared Byrne, the sophomore of Wilkes, 1:46.43. That's 11th. In 10th, Tyler Sansone, a freshman of Albright, 1:46.36. And winning the B final, the sophomore of FDU, Eric Bang, 1:46.32. He won that by over 0.04 of a second over Sansone. Now your top 8 for the 8th final, finishing 8th, the sophomore of Widener with a time of 1:47.10, Timmy Dando. In 7th, a sophomore of Albright with a final time of 1:45.91, Harry Huntsberger. Finishing in 6th, the sophomore of Albright. He's the second highest finishing of 3 swimmers in this final, with a time of 1:44.60, Christopher Late. And the final Albright swimmer that was the top in 5th, Teague Culver, the junior of Albright, 1:44.40, and that's good enough for 5th. Daniel Logan, the sophomore Messiah, comes in 4th with a time of 1:43.76. Michael Mellison, the senior of Arcadia, 1:43.36. Tyler Wilkinson, the freshman of Messiah, 1:43.22. And the winner, Martin Bowden, for the second time, the junior of Widener, 1:41.39. Bowden won it back in 2017. Now he wins the 2019 MAC Swimming Championship men's 200-yard freestyle competition. So, with that being said, after the men's 200-yard freestyle awards. We've just finished the 100-yard breaststroke, and now we should head to the 100-yard backstroke. So let's give you Heat 1's starting lineup. It's projected to start around 7:20, but we're 20 minutes behind as they all get set here for the women's. Here is your lineup. By the way, the record 56-13 set by Laura Harris back in 2014. Here is the lineup. Sophomore Kings, you'll have Peterson, 103.11. Caitlin Welch, a sophomore of Lebanon Valley, 102.98. In lane 3, you'll have Molly Martin, a senior of Messiah, 102.52. Lauren Griffith will come in 4th, a senior of Widener, 102.04. That's the fastest here of qualification in the B final. Sarah Schertler, 102.18. She's a junior of Misericordia. In lane 6, Kenzie Meyer, sophomore of Arcadia, 102.81. Kate Duffy, a freshman of Kings, 103.07. And Bianca Wargo, a freshman of Albright, 103.30. They'll fall down to the pool, and they'll get ready to start the 100-yard backstroke. We'll have them get set. The referee's watching closely. They're up, and they're underway for the 100-yard backstroke. As for Lauren Griffith, 102.04, was just outside Emma Reistel at a 101.66. She would love to take home 9th place here in this B final, but right now it is an early lead for Schertler, who had a 102.18. No swimmer in this split was decided by more than a second and 3/10. The slowest time, 103.30. The fastest, 102.04. They come back to take the final 25 yards here, as the lead right now continues to expand for Schertler. Schertler through the backstroke, pedaling hard. She is going to win. Second will be Griffith. Third will go. Actually, I think we had a tie. We'll find out. Nope, actually, Meyer will get third. That just changed. Martin 4th. Peterson 5th. 6th will go to Duffy. 7th, Wargo. And 8th, Welch. The winning time, 101.38. And now, the women's final. In lane 1, a senior of Hood with a qualification time of 101.23, and Solomon. In lane 2, you have a freshman of Kings with a qualification time of 59.67, Elizabeth Savage. In lane 3, a sophomore of Lycoming with a qualification time of 58.50, Mackenzie Zeller. In lane 4, the fastest time of qualification, a senior of Stevenson with a time of 57.62, Kobe Steve. In lane 5, the sophomore Messiah with a time of 58.23. She was the second fastest. You'll have Hollenbeck. In lane 6, you'll have a junior of Stevenson with a qualification time of 58.98, Melanie Malam. In lane 7, you'll have Carlson, who's a freshman of Misericordia, 1 minute and 1/10 900ths of a second. And rounding out your 8, Emma Reistel, a freshman of Widener, 101.66. Hollenbach, the defending champion of the 100 back and 200 back, looking to defend that title that she owns, is the sophomore of Messiah. As they cover lanes 6 through 8 of the lineup, this is more than likely going to be interesting between both Hollenbach and Stein. Men's 100-yard backstroke is next. And then we have the women's 400-yard medley relay along with the men's 400-yard medley relay. And we do have a couple of official teams and lineups that we'll give to you when that comes around. Referees signaling for them to fall into the pool. They will get on to the starting area. It will go up. First warning. They take form and they are ready and underway. Attempting to complete the first 25 yards and out to an early lead is Stein. Kobe Stein. She is battling, but now it is neck and neck. 3 swimmers all in a row. Stein still with it. Chasing her is the defending champion out of Hollenbach. Malam as well in lane 6 in third. They'll have 25 yards left to go. But right now, Kobe Stein, the senior of Stevenson, looks to give Stevenson their 3rd overall victory here this week. But now we have a lead change. Hollenbach to the lead. Hollenbach. Oh, it's going to be close. The victor is going to be the senior of Stevenson. That came down to the end. Or wait, no, I apologize. The junior of Stevenson, Milan with the victory. Stein comes in third. Hollenbach in second. Actually, Malam's time has to be inaccurate, so Hollenbach with the victory. Stein in second. Zauler Cornelius comes in fourth, I imagine third. 5th quarter in the thing is Savage. 6th, Hans Solomon. 7th, Carlson. 8th, Reistel. But again, that may be a little bit inaccurate as they gave Malam an inaccurate time. I thought Malam was 3rd, not 1st. They'll get that figured out. We'll have the official results for that in just a little bit. But I believe the winner should be Hollenbach over Stein. So in lane 1, you have Wessner, a sophomore of Wilkes. Setcher Stone in lane 2, a freshman of Wilkes. Mascandero, junior of Widener in lane 3. Jake Booth, a freshman of line, coming in lane 4. You have Platil, a senior of Messiah in lane 5. Parrott, a freshman of Kings in lane 6. Thompson, a junior of Albright in lane 7. And Cashin, a freshman of Arcadia in lane 8. We're waiting for the official results for the women's. We will give you that when we find it out. And when that is fixed, I would imagine coming in 3rd would be Malam instead of the victory, as they had her registered as a 45-something. And right now, through the first 50, Pretty solid performance right now for Platil. Jake Booth challenging, and now Booth looks like he has the lead as they come to the final 25. Booth over Platil, but now Platil has it back. The senior of Messiah. Oh, this is going to be close at the end. It's going to be Booth with the victory. Platil in second. You have Mascandero in third. So Booth comes away with the victory, 54-51, just a 10th and a 100th over Platil. Third, as mentioned, Mascandero. In fourth, Parrott. Fifth comes in Thompson. Sixth, Setchler Stone. Seventh, Wessner. And eighth, Cashin. So now your A finals. In lane one, a junior of Misericordia, Aiden Bergen, with a preliminary time of 53.78. Sean Riddle will be in lane two, the senior of Albright. 53.48 is his preliminary. Ridge Hager, a sophomore of Messiah. 52.65 in lane three. The favorite to win, and the defending champion, Colin Jordan, the senior of Lycoming. 50.95 was his time. Aaron Green, we know how good he is individually. He's never finished worse than second in his career in individual races. The senior of Widener looks to add on another one, potentially his 9th individual championship, with a time of 51.74. Joseph Giuliano, a freshman of Albright, 52.77. Bryce Grosshart, a senior of Kings, 53.63. And Logan Flugel, a sophomore of Misericordia, 53.79. And again, we talk about Jordan. He won the 100 back last year and would love to win it again. He's the senior, looking to pick up his second ever individual title overall. Jordan, a very good swimmer, showing strong seniority for Lycoming. And he would love to come with the victory. But his entire career, a very, very strong swimmer, his entire collegiate career. Green, a senior, would love to add on another individual title for his 9th. As they introduce Giuliano in lane 6, they'll continue through. Still waiting for the women's 100-yard official results. As they introduced Grosshart, third yesterday in the 200 IM. Flugel was in the 100 finals earlier, the sophomore in Misericordia. So the referees will signal for them to jump down into the pool. Lanes 4 and 5 are the lanes to watch. 6 as well, and 3. Those are the 4 fastest times in qualification. They get set. And we're underway. It looks like Jordan is out to an early lead over Green. It is right now a 2-man race as they complete the first 25. Jordan and Green neck and neck. Green just barely behind. Jordan touches. They'll turn back around. But it's going to come down to the final 25. Jordan and Green still staying neck and neck. They touch and flip. 25 yards to go. Green out to the lead over Jordan. It's going to come down to the end. Green looking for the win. Green will win. The senior of Widener does it again. His second of the week. Green 50-54. Jordan comes in second, 51-05. Aaron Green is on another level with another victory. Giuliano comes in third. You have Hager fourth, fifth Bergen, sixth will go. Actually, we have a tie for fifth. We have a Grosshart tied for fifth as well. Seventh will go to Riddle, and eighth will go to Flugel. So his ninth individual MAC championship. That is miraculous for Aaron Green, the senior of Widener. So now they will present the awards for the 100-yard breaststroke finals. And we'll give you positions 16 through 1 in just a moment. Okay, so here are your official results for the women's 100-yard breaststroke as it comes up. Coming in 16th, Emily Detweiler, a freshman of Wilkes, with a time of 1:15.92. Just a reminder, 16th through 1. 16th gets 1 point. First place, obviously, 20, so it goes in that exact order. 17th given to second. Emily Bove, sophomore Kings, will come in 15th overall at the time of 1:14.54. Courtney Betsock, a sophomore of Lebanon Valley, 1:13.15. She comes in 14th overall. Sammy Grogan, a junior of Widener, 1:11.74. She comes in 13th. Kate Sanborn, a junior of Hood, 1:11.72. That's 2 hundredths faster than Grogan. That's good enough for 12th. Julie Hyatt, sophomore of Albright, 1:11.66. That's 6 hundredths faster than Sanborn. She comes in third in the B final and 11th overall. Rachel Bruns, 1:11.53. She comes in 10th, and winning the B final, Nasia McCabe, 1:09.69. She earns 9 points for Messiah. So now your top 8 in the A final. Finishing last in the A final, Cassidy Preste. She earns 11 points for Misericordia. Finishing 7th, Kira Alderman, a freshman of Arcadia, 1:09.93. Finishing in 6th, Taylor Byer, the senior of Arcadia, 1:09.02. Emily Kramer, a senior of Lycoming, 1:08.88. Danielle Pong, a sophomore of Hood, comes in 4th, 1:07.42. Coming in 3rd is the senior of Stevenson, Jules Burnett, 1:06.54. Grace Nikolsky, the junior of Misericordia, 1:06.36, but beating her by 5 hundredths of a second, Allie Sell, 1:06.31, earning 20 points for Messiah. And now your men's 100-yard breaststroke official results. Coming in 16th place, we'll have Anthony Stampone, a junior of Wilkes, 1:04.63. Michael Peckasizin, the senior of Lycoming, 1:04.56. The sophomore of Arcadia, Colin Naturale, 1:03.74. Randall Diasis, a senior Kings, 1:02.59. Andrew Besman, finishing 9 hundredths faster, actually I apologize, 1/10 and 100th faster of Diasis with a 1:02.48. He's the freshman of Hood. Finishing 11th, Kyle Morkin, sophomore of Albright, 1:02.07. Trey Harloff will finish 10th, the freshman of Wilkes, 1:01.42. And winning the B final Corey Hassler finishes 9th overall, sophomore, 101.19. So now your top 8. Owen Liberatore, the junior winder, 1 minute and 4 tenths and a 5/100th of a second for 8th. That's 11 points for Widener. They'll also add 12 more with Paulo Cortez finishing in 7th with a 1 minute and 3 tenths, 8/100th of a second. Chris Boxter comes in 6th overall, the freshman, the Kings, 1 minute, 0.25 seconds. John Luxick comes in 5th, the junior Winder, 59.62. Ricky Averill, the junior Misericordia, 59.57. That's good enough for 4th. Rice Hamaker, the junior Kings, 58.49. Mark Preedy, a junior of Arcadia, 58.27. And winning now for the 3rd time in his senior year, the senior of Albright, Tyler Chamberlain, with a time 56.91. So now, well, actually, we have a 20-minute intermission first, but that is the next event. Let's actually take a quick look at which teams will be going here in Heat 1 and Heat 2. In Heat 1, you'll have Lebanon Valley in Lane 3, Kings Lane 5, Misericordia Lane 6, Arcadia Lane 7, and Hood in Lane 8. So we'll give you the lineups and lanes officially when we start that, but we're going to have a 20-minute intermission. You're watching the MAC Swimming Championships here on YouTube. Stick right with us. We'll be back in around 15 minutes to get things going. more than 8:30. 8:45 by then. Oh. Are we like... Wait, I'm very confused. How's that picking up audio if my mic is... Oh my god, I'm using the wrong mic. Welcome back to the 2019 NAC Swimming Championships. So as we head to event 23, it'll be the women's 400-yard medley relay. We do have some lineups set by teams, but we don't have all of them. So we will give you what we have for the moment. Again, you are watching session 5. 2 more sessions left to go. We'll have session 6 of preliminaries tomorrow morning, and then the final session 7. As these are the final 2 events of the night for both men's and women's. So for what we have of women's here, in Heat 1 of 2, we'll have Lebanon Valley, who has given us a lineup, fortunately. Caitlin Welch, a sophomore, will go first. Courtney Betsock, the sophomore, will go second. Erica Schell, a sophomore, will go third. And Sarah Wolf, a junior, will go last. Albright did not give us a lineup, but their preliminary time was a 4:27.81. Wilkes, 4:30.30. They did not give us a lineup either. They will line up in lane 5. And FDU Florham will line up in lane 6 with a preliminary time of 5:03.68. Now, this is their lineup. Molly Miller, who we've seen today, very fast swimmer. She will start it off for FDU, is the sophomore. Anna Hess, the freshman, will go second. Gianna Rito will go third for FDU. And Lindsay Nowak, the sophomore, will go last in lane 6. Again, only 4 teams in this Heat 1 of 2 in the 400-yard medley relay. Now it's to note, Messiah swept the medley originally in the earlier portion. They did a great job earlier in session 1, in which they won the 800 free relay. Actually, I apologize. No, Stevenson won the 200-yard medley relay over Messiah. It was also Albright as they have them get set. And we're underway. Albright, they ended up winning both men's, the 200 medley relay and the 800 free relay. They start the first 25 yards. Again, this one being 400. They'll go up and down this pool a total of 4 times before they switch into their partner. Molly Miller, the first swimmer for FDU. She right now sits just outside of the lead. And as of the moment, it's Wilkes who does lead this Heat 1. So as they get ready onto the board, all these teams still within it, but the lead now going to FDU. Molly Miller pulling away on the backstroke. And they will switch off. FDU with the lead as of the moment. As they continue to pull forward to their best. They'll complete the first 25 of the next 100 they'll have to complete. And now the lead has switched around here and has gone to Wilkes. So Wilkes in the lead. Albright right behind. They'll touch and come back around. Florham now in to third, or actually fourth rather, as it's now a 3-man race between Lebanon Valley, Albright, and Wilkes. For Lebanon Valley, you will have Caitlin Welch. Actually, I apologize, rather, you have Courtney Betsock in, the sophomore, as the lead now for Albright. Albright with the lead and pulling away. So Albright fans getting excited. They will switch off, and they'll have 200 yards left to go as they come through the butterfly. An extension of the lead right now for Albright here in Heat 1. Albright well ahead of Wilkes. Wilkes battling for second still with Lebanon Valley. And FDU, who had the lead to start in the backstroke, well, they have not had it go their way at all, as Wilkes are trying to make up some ground, but right now Albright is far ahead. They have 100 yards to go and make it now 75. They have a half a pool's length of a lead over Wilkes. FDU, matter of fact, really struggling. They're about to get lapped here in this event. FDU, they ran the slowest time, 5:03.68, 4:27.81 for Albright. Their final swimmer comes in, and Albright has a commanding lead, about 3/4 of the length of the pool, about, say, 21 yards as they touch. And when they come back around, Albright is easily going to win this heat. Let's see if they can indeed get the lap down on FDU. They will. So they completely lap FDU. Albright will win as a team here in Heat 1. It's going to be a battle for second. Wilkes just got it over Lebanon Valley. And FDU, they'll finish their final portion of the freestyle. They still have 25 plus yards to go. But the one positive is that they're well on track to beating their 5:03.68. FDU fans trying to cheer on their swimmer here to the end, as Lindsay Nowak will finish it for them. And here are your official final times. For Albright, a 4:13.19. That was obviously good enough for the victory. They won by 9 seconds over Wilkes, 4:22.61. They won by 1/10 and 2/100 over Lebanon Valley, 4:23.73, and a 4:54.45 for FDU, which was almost 9 seconds faster than their preliminary. So now Heat 2-2 here, the finals for the women's 400-yard medley relay. Lycoming will be in lane 1. They set a team preliminary time of a 4:10 flat. In lane 2 will be Stevenson. They won the 200-yard medley relay earlier, and they won the first event, obviously, final-wise, to start out on Thursday. They had a time of 4:08.95. Widener in lane 3, 4:04.19. Again in lane 3. Messiah, they'll be in lane 4. Their preliminary time was a preliminary time 3:57.17. Again, Messiah in lane 4. That's the time to beat, the only team under 4 minutes. Kings in lane 5, 4:03.20. They're the second fastest of the bunch in preliminaries. You have Mezzocorti in lane 6, 4:05.68 was their preliminary time. In lane 7, Arcadia, 4:09.13 in their preliminaries. And rounding out the top 8, Hood with a 4:17.35. They were the slowest of the Heat 2 finalists. So they have them jump down. They will start with the backstroke for 100 yards here. Hood, the only team giving us their lineup. They'll start with Ann Coleman in lane 8, a freshman. They also have Kate Sanborn, a junior. Danielle Pong, we saw her swim today. She's a sophomore. And Brianna Hand-Solomon as well, who we saw today. She as well will round it out for Hood. To complete the first 25, they'll have 150 left to go in the backstroke. Is neck and neck for the lead, but the early lead right now for Messiah. Messiah, I mean, they've dominated this event. They're looking to win yet again another women's title, something they've done now for the past 4 years and looking to make it 5. I mean, Messiah, they're just so good as a team. They continue to look good. Messiah expanding their lead through the 100-yard mark. They will switch and jump in. The lead so far expanding as they head through the breaststroke portion of this. They still have the butterfly and the freestyle to go. I'll tell you, it's a dominant lead right now for Messiah, but giving them pressure in second is Stevenson. We talked about Stevenson. They won the 200-yard medley to come out today, and they're right now giving Messiah a challenge. Messiah came in second in that 200-yard medley relay. And right now, they head through. Let's see. They're going to tag in. Messiah is still out to a lead with Stevenson challenging, but it's a 2-woman race. Lane 5, you have Kings as well that's right there. But it's going to come down to the end here. And what will happen? Continuing to get the job done. By the way, as the lead expands for Messiah, this would give them an abundance of points if they could come away with this victory over Stevenson. It continues to expand. Messiah is looking strong. They will tag in for the final time and come into the freestyle portion. Messiah, they've been the team to beat, the only team within that 4-minute mark. They complete the first 25 with ease, and we will see what it all comes down to. The lead continues to be expanded. It's about almost a quarter of a pool's length over Stevenson, who sits in second, 4th overall in the standings. Stevenson is trying to push, but it may be too little too late. They've made up some ground on that past lap. But as they come around for the final time here in the freestyle section, Messiah owns the lead. And the Messiah fans cheering. At the end of it all, Messiah takes the victory. In second is going to be Stevenson. In third will be Kings. Fourth will be Misericordia. By the way, the final time, 3:54.87, or rather 67. That is a new women's 400-yard medley relay record in the championship and the MAC, set by Messiah. So 3:54.67 indeed does set it. Coming in second, as mentioned, was Stevenson. Third, Kings. Fourth, Misericordia. Fifth, Widener. Sixth, Arcadia. Seventh, Lycoming. And eighth, Hood. Man, I'll tell you what, again, we knew it was going to be interesting. Messiah, they came out and won this 400-yard medley after losing to Stevenson the 200-yard. And they set a new championship and MAC record here. Messiah, they actually owned this record last year. Hollenbeck, Hogan, Cotton, and Winger set it. And now they reset it again this year by another full second. actually really 4/10. We have seen one record broken today. TJ Dalton, well, he broke a record, but unfortunately he was disqualified and ended up grabbing second. Well, that is another example of a record that was broken today. Again, we talk about Dalton. He ended up falling to 8th because of the disqualification on the final lap. Daniel Parker ended up becoming the winner of that event. So we head to the preliminaries, heat 1 of 2, the men's 400-yard medley, which is your final event here tonight. In lane 3 of Lebanon Valley, you'll have Charlie Bestiak, a sophomore, Jordan Havil, Derek Souter, and Kurt Harnish. 4:38.55 is their time. Of Hood, in lane 4, you'll have Max Rydell, a senior, Andrew Besman, a freshman, Matthew Ball, a senior who we've seen today, along with Besman, John Foley, a freshman, 4:02.58 of Hood, and for FDU, Joshua Atkins, by the way, they're in lane 5, FDU, Atkins, a sophomore, Eric Bang, who we've seen today, a sophomore, Nick DiBenedetto, a senior, and Anthony Musciati, a freshman. We are underway for the 400-yard men's medley as they head through the backstroke portion, the early lead for Hood. And again, you know, we talk about the championship aspect. Obviously, the team that has won many championships, not in this one, and we're talking about Albright looking to make it now 8 of their last 9. Albright looking to do so, and again, they've won 7 of their last 8. They've dominated here today. They are doing a very good job. Because again, I mean, you look at it for the men's, Albright looking for their 12th ever MAC title as they head through the 100th yard. This again setting up Albright. They've won every year since 2011 with the exception of 2016 where Widener came on to upset Albright, who came in second. Widener as well, prior to Albright, they won 5 years in a row from 2006 to 2010. And then Albright, they had won 3 years in a row, 2003 to 2005 prior to that. And then Widener back in 2002 for 2 years in a row. And it's really been Widener, Albright back and forth. And we know they have very historic swimming programs here in the MAC. 2 very good programs overall. And the lead continues to expand as of the moment for Hood. They are well ahead, 3:54.77. Right now, Lebanon Valley, they're well behind. FDU, 4:02.58. As they tag off and switch. That's the difference overall. As Matthew Ball comes in comes in for Hood. DiBenedetto in for FDU. They come through the butterfly portion. Touches, and he'll come back around, make sure he got 2 hands on it. I'll tell you, solid time for Hood right now. Seconds off, but right now they're well on track to beating that. They come to the last portion for Hood. They'll have 100 yards to go here on the freestyle. This one pretty spread out, maybe the most spread out race of the weekend. I haven't seen it get spread out this far. But thus far, that's how it's been in this one. Over a half a pool's length of a lead. Make it 3/4, maybe even a full pool's length for Hood. Their final swimmer in the pool, and that being John Foley, a freshman, Foley will bring it to the end and win it for Hood here in Heat 1. Lebanon Valley just flipping around. They've gotten lapped. They're going to try to compete their final lap. FDU comes to an end. Luciati will give them second. The time was a 3:43.84 for Hood. 3:56.42 for FDU. And Lebanon Valley, they're looking to at least beat their 4:38.55, but they will come home last here in Heat 1. Let's see what the time is. They should easily beat that. Final time, 4:24.33. So that beats it by 14 seconds. So now your final heat and event of the night here in session 5. Messiah will be in lane 1 with a preliminary time of 3:43.27. Kings, they'll be in lane 2 with a preliminary time of 3:38.80. In lane 3, it'll be Albright, 3:35.08. Widener will be in lane 4, 3:32.80. Lane 5 will be Arcadia, 3:33.87. Mescordia lane 6, 3:36.74. Wilkes lane 7, 3:41.90. And Lycoming lane 8, 3:46.43. They're the slowest overall preliminaries of the bunch as they start to introduce the teams here. Let's try to see if we can get you the updated standings coming into this event. After the men's 100 back finals, Albright has 457 points. Obviously, a win would add 20 more. They own a 124-point lead over Widener, who has 323. Arcadia sits in third, 263. Kings, 218.5 there in fourth. And your top 5 is Messiah, 191. And while we have the chance, why don't we look at the now official women's standings after Messiah's victory. Messiah 449 on the scoreboard. They have now a 132-point lead over Widener. Widener 317. Mescordia in third, 250. Arcadia in fourth, 243. Stevenson in lane 5, 228 as they drop down and get ready for the backstroke. Kings in 6, 220. Lycoming far distance back in 7th, 170.5. Albright 8th, 149 as they get the warning. Hood in 9th, 109.5. Wilkes, their 10th overall in the standings, ending the day with 93 points. FDU, 77 points. They're in 11th, and Lebanon Valley in 12th with 63. So we are underway in the men's 400-yard medley here in the main event, Heat 2 at 2, and it is neck and neck for the lead. Throughout the backstroke, though, it right now is Widener. Widener being challenged by Albright. Widener going with their senior Aaron Green in the backstroke. Green just won his 9th individual championship today in the 100-yard backstroke over Callan Jordan of Lycoming. Green will flip him off, and this is neck and neck between Widener and Albright. And ironically, the two programs all right next to each other cheering for their teams here in the stands. It's a jam-packed house, almost standing room only here in the MAC Swimming Championships. And the lead right now, well, that's no longer to Widener, or in fact, Albright, or in fact, it is Albright. Arcadia, they right now sit in third. Albright pushing ahead as they go through the breaststroke. They come around for another 25 more. Albright expanding their lead. They will tag in. Albright comes over. Second jumping in is Arcadia. And third right now is Widener. Widener actually rather jumping now up in the second. Albright though with a very big lead as they head now through the butterfly. Widener though, they are pulling away. Or rather, Albright pulling away. Widener, they're trying to pull away for a second, but it's going to be very tough. They'll tag in for the final time, and it is now all freestyle from here for Albright. Widener will do what they can to try to make up ground. Same thing with Arcadia, but Widener has about a half a pool's length of a lead, or rather, Albright has a half a pool's length of a lead, and they'll have 50 yards to go. Albright has dominated this men's division for 8 of the last 9 years, including this one. They have an 100-plus point lead. And right now, I'll tell you what, they most certainly may be on record watch too. Albright is far, far ahead, and they will come victorious in the 400-yard medley relay. Second. And the record, 3:25. I believe that's 96 for Albright. The record was a 3:27.40. They beat it by a full 2. How about that? 3:25.36 for Albright. Widener comes in second, 3:29.69. Third is Arcadia, 3:30.76. Fourth is Misericordia, 3:34.20. Fifth is Kings, 3:34.23. Sixth is Wilkes, 3:39.89. Seventh, Lycoming, 3:44.31. And rounding out the field is Messiah with a 3:47.23. So now they will do the awards for the 100-yard backstroke. So let's give you that official. We gave you the standings for the women's, but let's give you the official final results for that event. Again, we already gave you the women's standings. Caitlin Welch will finish 16th. 103.69. Bianca Wargo will finish 15th. Freshman of Albright, 103.65. By the way, Welch, who finished 16th, a sophomore of Lebanon Valley. Kate Duffy, a freshman of Kings, 103.63. Noelle Peterson, a sophomore of Kings, 102.94. Molly Martin, a senior of Messiah, 102.39. Kenzie Myers, sophomore of Arcadia, 102.29. Lauren Griffith, a senior of Widener, 102.12. Sierra Schertler, a 101.38 for the junior Misericordia. She won the B final. And now the A final, earning 11 points, coming in last is Emma Reistel. She finished again 8th, is the freshman of Widener. Andrea Carlson, the freshman of Misericordia, 1 minute, 9/10 and 5/100 of a second. They earned 12. Hans Solomon will come in third. Brianna Hans Solomon, or sixth rather. The senior, 1 minute in 7/10 and 9/100 of a second. Elizabeth Savage, the freshman of Kings, 59.43. In fourth will be McKenna Zeller, the sophomore of Lycoming, 58.80. Melanie Malam, the junior of Stevenson, 58.43. Kobe Stein, a 57.02. They just changed that from a 62, so 57.02 for the senior. And Kaylee Hollenbach, the sophomore Messiah, comes away with the victory, 56.89. And obviously we know about Hollenbach and how bad she wanted to win this one. Hollenbach as well, you know, when we looked at it coming into today, you know, she was the 100 back champion last year, also the 200 back, so now she wins this event for the second year in a row, coming up with gold in stunning fashion is the Messiah sophomore. She was chasing all the way to the end of Steen, but she ended up coming with the victory. But now let's give you the men's results for the 100-yard backstroke final here. So the 100-yard back final for the men's, and we'll update the men's standings after the last event here in a moment. Coming in 16th will be the freshman of Arcadia with a 58.34, Jack Cashin. Sophomore Wilkes Jacob Westner will come in 15th, 57.52. Tim Setcher-Stone, the freshman of Wilkes, 57.21. He finished 1/100th of a second behind Jabril Thompson, who came in 13th overall, the junior of Albright, 57.20. Sean Parrott, the freshman of Kings, 56.19. Nick Mascandero, the junior of Widener, 55.32. Curtis Platil, the senior of Messiah, 54.62. And the winner of the B final, Jake Booth of Lycoming, the freshman, 54.51, gives 9 points to Lycoming. And now your A final results. Logan Flugel, the sophomore Misericordia, earns them 11 points with a final time of 53.93. Sean Riddle, the senior of Albright, 53.55. Aiden Bergen comes tied for fifth, 53.93, alongside the King senior Bryce Grosshart, and again 53.93 for both of them. Coming in fourth, Ridge Hager, the sophomore Messiah, 52.68, finishing 1/100th of a second behind Joseph Giuliano, who had a 52.67, and then Colin Jordan, who we talked about, who was the defending champion of the 100-yard backstroke. Well, the senior comes in second to the individual dominant champion of Widener, who now has earned his 9th individual championship in his senior career, Aaron Green, with a final time of 50.54. Green again earning his 9th and 20 more points for Widener. So now, after the men's 400-yard medley relay, again, Albright coming on top and dominating, let's give you our final standings for the men's. Albright, 497 points, they lead going into the final day through event 24. Widener, 357, they sit in second. Arcadia, 295, they sit in third. Kings in fourth, 246.5. Messiah in fifth, 209 points. Misericordia in sixth, 181.5. Wilkes in seventh, 159. Eighth, Lycoming, 128. Hood in ninth, 123. 10th, FDU, 82. Lebanon Valley is in 11th with 52, and Stevenson is in 12th with 6 overall points. But that'll do it here from session 5 of the MAC Swimming Championships here in 2019. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for preliminaries, and then the finals for the final day of the MAC Swimming Championships tomorrow night at 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it, because it's going to be a packed house here in the York YMCA Aquatic Center. I've been Tim Moore. Have a great night, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow morning.